Oh, hello. I'm Abby Panac. You know, I was outside today. It's very, very freezing cold. And even though I had my jacket, I was shivering in the car because our car doesn't have heat. And our car tries to break down all the time. I had to go to the courthouse today, and our car broke down twice. And then one time it wouldn't even start. And I was scared we would be out in the cold, colder than inside the car. So we have court next week, and I hope, because, they took our cars last year and brought them back destroyed, illegal towing. So, yes, I'm hoping next week when we go to court, I can get a car and my husband can get a car. At least it will have heat, and he has to stay away because the judge said so. And my little baby Eric, oh, I'm not supposed to say her name right. Okay. Sorry. But my little baby, she's a good girl, but, she's traumatized in a sense, and I just wonder if I could help her in any way, if I had, I just want her to be with me, and she is with me, but, we always get threats from the father that he's gonna do something, and we're scared, and we don't know what to do. So, I was in court today, and the judge said, well, you don't have enough evidence to put a protective order against him towards you and your daughter. Man, I don't understand, because he is not a good person, but he has everybody fooled. I was always a good person, but I didn't fool anybody. No, because they said when you're bad, and I was like, yes, I was bad. But I changed myself over what's going on, like a long time, over 7 years. I've been just not perfect, but just being there for my family and paying attention to the rules and abiding by the laws and trying to be a helpful person. That's one thing. Me and my husband are very helpful, and I've told you that in one of the other episodes. But now, you've got to believe nobody's trying to hurt anybody else except Mr. Biological father. Nobody wants this to go on and on and on. I don't want it to go on and on and on. My little girl doesn't want it to go on and on. My oldest daughter doesn't want it to go on, and my son has really nothing to do with it, but it bothers him, and I feel like I'm being forced divorce from my husband if he can't be here when my daughter is. And my daughter doesn't want to be anywhere but home with me. And she's not afraid of my husband. She just wants the whole thing to end, just like everybody else. And it doesn't seem to be happening because, well, this man is tracking our phones and our computer, and he's spying on us and taking pictures, and I don't know what else. He's very capable of everything. He grew up in like Hungary and Europe. Well, that has some kind of communism, doesn't it? So don't they mix up the people's minds into what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do, because they want everybody to just do what they want them to do? Yeah, you have to pay attention to authority, otherwise you'd be killed or imprisoned or something like that. I know they take your homes and your monies, and, well, so maybe he's acting weird because he's in the United States, and he just doesn't understand we're supposed to have fair and just and freedom and Well, all that seems to be going away, and I just want him to know, if he ever sees this, that you are hurting everybody involved. You have some kind of vendetta, and it shouldn't be continued with. You are upset about something, but nobody else is upset, and you seem to want this control where you control me, baby, and me, and take me away from my husband. It just feels like a bad country, and we're supposed to be America. I want my daughter with me, and I want my husband with me, and I don't understand if there's no threat or wrongdoing, how this can happen, and why my daughter doesn't want to be with you, you big fatty, and I want to be with my daughter. When you said I have custody, blah blah blah, well, I said, well, right there on the phone, I said out loud, Erica, get your things together, you have to go with your dad. And I said, pick her up anytime. And I did this more than once, and you didn't come and get her, you big unknown, like, I don't even know what the hell, you sperm donor, you ingrate, you user of people, you hurt people, and I'm sad about it. Well, my most important part is my children. You've already upset my oldest daughter, and then you upset our little daughter. Like, why don't you even care about her? Well, you always say, well, you're not my daughter. Don't you think that hurts her? Don't you think that hurts? How about when you follow her all around the house and there's no locks on the bedroom or the bathroom, and you follow her and pester her and you don't let her communicate with the outside world? Well, that's imprisonment, and you're not feeding her well when she's there. You can't live on bread and donuts. It's just not what people should be eating. And by the way, when I'm yelling at you, which is not really yelling, but just telling you something, you better clean up those dead flies in the bedroom you put her in. It's bad enough it's cold in there, but you have dead flies everywhere, and I don't think she should clean them up. You should. You're just mean. You're mean and controlling. I don't know if I'll ever get justice, but I just want this whole thing to be over. I'm so tired, and I just want to rest with my daughter and my husband here in the home where we always were a big happy family, and just, regular people. We're not evil or distorted or crazy or anything. We just go with the flow, and we follow the law, and we try to help people when we can, and it just doesn't seem to matter anymore. And I tell you, there's no heat in our car. My poor husband has to sleep in the cold at night, and I don't think that's right, because my daughter is not afraid of him. It just got blown up by this big, controlling man who thinks he knows everything. Not right and not fair. And I hope someday someone will see that people are out there and they're struggling and they're good people, and circumstances just put them in a weird place. This is not the life I expected. I'm getting old, and I thought by now everything would just be day by day, this, that, do this, do that, and talk and play and just make dinner and just live with no trouble. I'm too old to have trouble. Sometimes my heart beats too fast, and that's not good for an old lady. So, right now, I told you what I had to say today, and I hope you understand. We are trying not to be troublemakers, and I don't think we are troublemakers, but we are being mistaken for troublemakers, and the law is so, what do you call it? They can conform the law like Play-Doh, whichever they want it to go. That's the way it goes. People really don't even count anymore when it comes to legal things, or police, or court, or anything. I know when they took our cars, it took months before they would hear it in court because they kept saying, we don't have a case. But we did. We paid for those cars, and one was historic, and we had those cars, and they had permits to park in a parking lot, and they took them anyway. Well, we did win the trucks back, but they were done. My husband's truck was smashed to the ground. My truck was totally broken and corroded and everything. We still can't fix it. But I became afraid to drive because of all the stupid vehicles we had to drive. Because we couldn't get another one. I couldn't get a loan, even though I think I should have good credit. Because I pay all my bills on time. And most of the time, credit cards are paid as soon as I get the bill. The whole thing. But now it's worse. Because the more you get behind, the more you need to use borrowed money, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. I can't take it anymore. Excuse me for going all about the screen, but I'm just a mess, and so is my friend and her family, and my dog even poops every time my daughter leaves the house because he doesn't want her to go. Oh, my dog is a she. She doesn't want my daughter to go, and she takes it out on the rug. Well, that's not good for us either. So just listen to me and say, well, okay, everybody has a hard time, and some people have it worse, but right now this seems pretty bad to me. So I'm telling you, and maybe somebody will help me. I really think that I should get a friend or something, because this is just not fair. It would be good if I had a person in authority. Well, what else do you ask for? A good, knowledgeable person who can help me do what I'm supposed to do, because I'm doing the best I can. I want my daughter. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye then. Alright, but I still have trouble with this camera, so I'm gonna try to say goodbye now. Okay, goodbye. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. What am I supposed to do? Uh-oh. What am I supposed to do? It didn't work. How do you get this stupid camera off? I have always had trouble. Do you know I used to work for RCA and G? And I was a wireman, and I could build anything. I even worked on the Challenger, but I had nothing to do with the gaskets. So what I'm saying to you is, like, I should know how to use these stupid gadgets, but they're so complicated. Yes, they are. So I'm going to try once again. This is Abby Panac for Controversial Cry for Justice. And by the way, if this doesn't record the date, I believe today's date is the 17th of January, 2013. And yeah, I was all mixed up for like a week with what day it was and what date it was. I just want to have peace. We all deserve peace, and that's what I will strive for. I love everybody, and maybe some of you might love me too. I'm getting better every day, but I'm still ugly. I'm so working on that, but as it is now, I am the way I am, and I accept that. So I will try to say goodbye again. Goodbye.